New Minds presents
The Steam Train! Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Dorian with New Minds. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning and are ready for an amazing show. We got up to all sorts of shenanigans earlier today, so let's go ahead and see what has happened so far. I feel like doing some math today. I wonder if there's something I can do with that. Mr. Dorian. I have a huge problem. You see this bagel? When I cut it in half, it makes two bagels. I want it to make one long bagel. You have to fix this. Here, take it. Okay. I'll solve your bagel problem. Just calm down and don't throw any more breakfast foods. Got it? Powered by fear of these new breakfast objects, the bagel, I need to quickly solve this problem. So first thing I need to do is make my own version of a bagel using math. The supplies I have with me are just some tape, some scissors, and some scrap construction paper. Now the first thing I'm going to do is actually going to cut a strip of paper and fold it into a ring. Rings are interesting shapes because they do have two sides, an inside and an outside, and a top edge and a bottom edge. And that'll become more apparent as I make this shape. So I'm going to go ahead, tape these two ends together, and I have a ring just like our bagel. Inside, outside, top edge, bottom edge. Now I'm going to cut this in the same way I was getting ready to cut Pablo's bagel. So I'm just going to very carefully cut, and you notice we have the same result. 2 halves of a ring, 2 halves of a bagel. But that doesn't help us. What we need is an infinity bagel, one that has one side and one edge. Now let's start with the same strip that we started with earlier. Just like before, we have a strip of paper. But instead of connecting it like a ring that you would put on your hand, I'm going to make this twist one time. So twist it 180 degrees, connect it, and tape it. This shape actually has a name, and it's called a Möbius strip. Now I'm going to start cutting this in half and see what's different, but I need to be very, very careful. I'm going to make a small cut in the middle, and I'm going to keep going around, but I want to make sure I do not cut my fingers. Make sure you're very careful when cutting, and I think I've almost figured it out. I think I figured it out. And as I go for the final cut very carefully, let's see if we have the Fathom Infinity Bagel. It looks like we've done it. When we cut it apart, a Möbius strip, when it's cut in half, it actually makes one long, super twisted Möbius strip. It's got 3 twists in it instead of the 1 from earlier. I think this is a good start, but to make this, we'd have to completely change our bagel. Now, I know that Toby is very hungry, but can't help but give me an idea of what I want to do next. Are you guys almost done with my bagel in there? Please let me in. I want my bagel back. Please? It sounds like Toby is getting hungry, so let's go ahead, hide this away under this piece of paper. While we're using this piece of paper, go ahead and cut one long strip off of it. I have an amazing idea using this, and another supply we're going to need is also one pin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this Möbius strip to a Möbius comic strip. So it's going to be never ending, and it's going to go from one side to the other. The important thing to know is where it starts and where it ends. So my trick to do this is I go ahead to one side, I mark on the bottom, and I mark an A. On the other side, I go to the bottom and mark a B, just like this. I'm going to connect it like I will my Möbius strip. I'm going to mark another A that goes to this A, so I know which direction and which part will connect to where, and I'm going to do the same thing on side B. So I know that B goes here and A goes here, so I have one side that goes A to B, and if I flip it over, I have one side that goes from B to A. Now I have a good idea of where to start and end my comic strip. Now, I've got to work fast and get this done before Toby comes for this bagel under here. But I'm going to go ahead and turn on some music and start working through this really quick. You guys might have a different comic idea than mine. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with and make out of your Möbius comic strips. Let me go ahead and set this down and get working. Okay, so I need Billy, and maybe his name's just Bill. Yeah, he goes by Bill, that's a scientist. And Bill makes a time machine. This time machine brings back an evil clone from the past. And this evil clone from the past tells him not to make a time machine, but they're actually best friends. And then he wins an award for making such an amazing invention. And then he tries to take it, and he has a space ray gun because he's from the future. And then he throws the award away, and the future one chases him. And then they blow up the time machine. And then since the time machine explodes, Billy forgets what was going on and makes another time machine. Now that I have used my big brain and I have drawn out my comic, which will probably win multiple awards when it's a movie, is I have Bill, his time machine, they're best friends. When I flip it over to the back, he wins a trophy. He's mad and takes the trophy, and he has a space ray gun, so he throws it and he chases it. The time machine explodes, and Bill forgets everything. So now all I have to do is connect this in a way where it makes sense. I'm going to bring my tape back out, and I'm going to hurry because I know Toby is coming for me and this bagel. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to loop A to A, right where my lines connect. You see the little A's I drew? And then when I flip it over, the B should touch the B, just like that. And now I can follow my story around the strip. So Bill, his time machine, he pulls a lever. He has Bill too. They're best friends. They make a trophy. He gets the trophy. And we can keep going through the story all the way back to the beginning. And it goes back to Bill. Now this is an awesome project, and I'm excited to see what you guys make with it. All you need is a strip of paper, a pen, some tape, and your imagination. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and give this bagel to Toby, and I hope you guys have enjoyed working on this Möbius strip project with me. Now I've got to run before he breaks in. Toby, I figured out how to turn this bagel into an infinity bagel. All you need is to make this into a Möbius strip. Take this. Thank you, Mr. Dorian. I will now enjoy my infinite bagel breakfast. We live to do math another day. Wow, that was another amazing episode of the Steam Train. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Check out newminds.tv for all of our awesome educational content. And thank you guys for tuning in with another real inspired learning with New Minds. Keep practicing your passions until they become your talents, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.